Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. So today I want to do a reading for the collective. The energies that came through is this Emperor here. We have an Emperor and a Page of Wands. And underneath the Emperor was this card, the Three of Swords. When these cards showed up, the energies that, or the music I should say, that was attached to it. Let me get the, oh, they're not there. They're over here. The song that had come out was from Sporty Spice, from the Spice Girls. Her name is Mel C. But the lyrics were, I turn to you. I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun. So, and that it was like a sensation of gratitude. Like the Page of Wands, this could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Looking up to this Emperor, say, I turn to you. But also, it made me feel like the Divine Feminine leans towards this Divine Masculine. Emperor, Divine Masculine. I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun, because you're the only one who can turn me around when I'm upside down. I turn to you. There was a part also that she says, when I need inspiration, when I need advice. Hold on, let me just put the damn song. Why am I guessing? No, I don't have to put it. Forget it. All right. So, and then this heartache under the Emperor, this betrayal. I'm not sure what I think it gave me the sense that this Emperor has gone through a lot of betrayals in his life. So he's very wise. He's very, nothing really shocks him anymore. Nothing really surprises him. Nothing really gets him out of, his purpose, out of his, like, you can't get him to get overwhelmed. So this Page of Wands could be saying to this Emperor, is like, or whether this is you, your counterpart, and this is how people are starting to see you or your counterpart, okay? I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun, because you're the only one who can turn me around when I'm upside down. You see the patterns of people when they're in disarray or when they're not in their right space. And now they're realizing they can, this Emperor energy is what gives them order in a certain way. So I feel like the energy of this Emperor is the song that came out. It could be you also, Divine Feminine. But the song was, my love is the bomb baby. Girl, you'll never find another love as good as this. So you better represent, because my love is the bomb baby. And then she says the same version to him. Boy, you better find boy, you better find another love. No, espérate, hold on. That might be to karmic masculine. But the lyrics are, boy, you'll never find another love as good as this. So you better represent, because my love is the bomb baby. And then the part that she says, actions speak louder than words. Does she say that or does he say that? No, she says that. But actions speak louder than words. I have heard. Wait, is it true? Because I need somebody. Oh my God. I forgot the lyrics. All right, you're going to make me read them. Suddenly, oh, no wonder that message had come out. I was going to say, suddenly, as I started doing this video, listen to my voice. I could barely talk. I have no idea why. But there's something that came through but I want to finish where I was. So this song, My Love is a I'll get to it because I have it written down. I won't forget. My love is the bomb, baby. The shh. Okay. Lyrics. Okay. You keep telling me on the telephone how you got it going on and how you'll keep me satisfied. But actions speak louder than words. I must see what I've heard. Is it true or do you lie? 'Cause I need somebody giving nothing but good loving all through the night. Someone to break me off a little something when I need to be satisfied. And I got one thing in mind. Boy, you'll never find another love as good as this. So you better represent, because my love is a shh. Okay. Now, he says to her, it's 11:11. All these things I say to you, I swear that they are true. 11:11, okay? I'm all you'll ever need. Oh, yeah. Good love is so hard to find, and I won't waste your time. Satisfaction is guaranteed. I'll be the lover that you need to break you off in the middle of the night. I'll take a little trip downtown. I'll be the freak you need in your life, and I know. Okay, so don't stop. Get it, don't stop. Better work that body, baby. All right. Well, okay, yeah, enough. So, okay, that, I think, yeah. That's the vibe, okay? That's the vibe this emperor is in. That is the energy. Like, he knows he's the shit. He knows it. He knows it. Meaning, he knows he's got it going on. He knows his power. He knows his authority. His authority with himself, first and foremost, but also even his authority in society. This is a just emperor. It's a truth. He's a balanced truth. I was going to say he's a truth-speaking emperor, but we have the Ram, so this could be an Aries also, okay? But someone that is very stable. The number 4 could be significant also. All right, so my love is a ish, right? And then there was the other one was, this is a feminine energy, almost doesn't count. Now, remember we said this emperor has seen a lot of betrayals and heartbreak and stuff. So this could be things that he's seen. This could be things he's experienced. This could be you, divine feminine, as well, because it is a feminine singing it, but the lyrics were, or the words itself that had come through was almost doesn't count, and that's the song from Brandy. I'm gonna read it. Hold on. I'm not trying to remember things right now. Just almost. Almost made you love me, almost made you cry, almost made you happy, babe. Didn't I? Didn't I? You almost had me thinking you were turned around, but everybody knows that almost doesn't count. Almost heard you saying you were finally free. What was always missing for you, babe, you found it in me. But you can't get to heaven half off the ground. Everybody knows almost doesn't count. I can't keep on loving you. One foot outside the door, I hear a funny hesitation of a heart that's never really sure. Can't keep on trying if you're looking for more than all that I could give you, than what you came here for. You're gonna find me somebody not afraid to let go, Want a no doubt be there kind of man. You came real close. But every time you build me up, you only let me down. But everybody knows, almost doesn't count. I feel like this energy, that's why this Emperor energy is so strong at this point. And I'm getting that the Emperor, and the way that I'm seeing it is that this is the energy of your masculine, divine feminine. But the reason you're aware that this is your masculine is because this is in you. You're aligned. You're one and the same in terms of the energy. You're one and the same in terms of the timeline, or in terms of the knowing, or in terms of the connection. Okay, so it's like it's the, I don't know if you want to say it's your mirror reflection. Like it's you. You know what the energy is. Yours, your opposite energy. That's the only way I can say it. So almost doesn't count is referring to, like, you might have someone coming in your energy, like inspired by you, or grateful to you, or appreciative of you, and that's wonderful. But it could be someone from your past that you're no longer attached to in a certain way, and they want to attach in that certain way with you. A way like a past lover wants to be a lover again, or, you know what I mean? Where it's not just platonic, where it's an expectation or a commitment of some kind, or some kind of loyalty or something of that nature. And you're saying almost doesn't count. So, I don't know if at some point you came real close to being that perfect one, but halfway, 1 foot outside the door, that hesitation maybe was enough evidence to show that someone was uncertain, to the point that you had to stand on your values. You had to stand firm on your boundaries. You had to say, no, sorry, almost doesn't count. I'm moving on. I hear a funny hesitation of heart that's never really sure. Can't keep on trying if you're looking for more. You know that I can give you what you came here for. Gonna find me somebody. All right, enough. Not afraid to let go. But everybody knows almost doesn't count. All right. And I can't. Okay. Enough. All right. So then I heard. No, I didn't hear it. I just saw the lyrics. And this made me think like the thoughts that are crossing through the masculine's head. In my eyes, everything she wants. That's it. And that's all. I'll leave it at that. In my eyes, everything she wants. So it's like no deeper meaning. No need to dive deeper into those. It's like, no, it's just a passing thought. In my eyes, everything she wants. So it's like this masculine could just be like, I mean, almost like a no limit to your wants. Like, there's no limit to your want that he feels inadequate. There's no limit to your want. He does not feel a sense of inadequacy. Like, it's almost like this is gonna sound weird, but it's almost like this masculine divine feminine feels like you don't even know how far your dreams can go, how far he can take your dreams. Like, for him, it's like you're still as graceful as you are in his eyes. He can still find ways to elevate you. He can still find ways to make the empress status of you beyond your imagination. Oh my goodness gracious, have some mercy on my soul. Sounds delicious, doesn't it, folks? But check this out. That almost led to lyrics, folks. That almost led to lyrics. I don't know if I want to sing it or say it, because I wasn't. All right. I was going to talk about the next thing, which is what I was saying about the throat. Did I mention the throat chakra yet? I said that I was going to get to it, right? That I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. And it's the word guillotine. A guillotine. I'm saying it probably very Spanish. Un guillotine. A guillotine. I don't know, that's a French word. The apparatus designed for execution by beheading. You know, like in the old days, like they would off with their heads, ka-chank, right? But the word itself, just like I could hear it in my head, guillotine. And then it made me think of, I'm like, seriously? Again with this Tudor's past life stuff? So it's possible, like that's the energy that's healing. I feel like the throat chakra limitations, or maybe some issues with the suppression of speech, the suppression of communication, the not speaking out on certain things to certain people in certain ways that need to be spoken, perhaps, in the past life would have been off with your head, would have been what ended your existence in another time in some way. Well, I don't want to say existence, life, that former life, so to speak. So there could have been some trauma attached to that, because it was just a word that came out, and then I saw the image of King Henry VIII, and the execution of some of his wives by beheading them. And so that could be, maybe that's just energetic energy that the collective could possibly be connected to in some ways. Maybe you were not necessarily a main character in the time, or maybe you were have memories, or you hold memories, or you hold space for that era in time. Something to that nature is attached to that for some reason. And it's also bringing me to mind the kind of like the story of the Boleyn girls, or the Boleyn sisters, but with their brother George, I think his name was. So it's like something to do with the siblings, or maybe like the family trauma of something. So, because basically it's like, imagine being, just a family of, high status in society, but you're not in the court, royal court. And then suddenly the king has eyes on you. And it's like, for your father to kind of like set you up to be the king's mistress, just for the sake of the royalties that come with it, the favors that come with it. It has to be somewhat traumatic, and then to be more advanced than the king, because this is what Anne Boleyn, supposedly, obviously this is just movies and stories and whatnot, she was very competitive in, with him. She challenged him horseback riding, and at least that was a story that they kind of like went into the woods horseback riding with his whole his guards or whatnot. And he ends up falling in a pond. And he was so embarrassed by this, because it was him kind of like trying to keep up with her. And she had the one up on him. So I'm getting, I know this, I'm going deeper into it than I expected. But it's like, you see that she goes through this, and she's punished for excelling because she didn't know that to keep the king's favor, it wasn't about being herself. It was about, looking up to him as the almighty, looking up to him as the best. You're everything and all, and I'm just a wee little me next to you. that was what she thought. No, I'm sorry. That's not what she thought. She was too free of a spirit. She expected being herself to the fullest was going to make, because he's the king. Being myself to the fullest, she would never assume that he's inferior to her. She would never assume that he's insecure. She would never have assumed any of that. So she's just shining bright to please her, her king. Look, king, I can keep up with you. Look, king, I want to be next to you. Look, king, I want to please you. Look, king, I'm here so you can see that I'm your equal. And he felt embarrassed that he couldn't keep up, fell in the pond in front of his all his guards. All the king horses and all the king's men couldn't keep Humpty Dumpty back together again. His ego broke, And so he was like, no. And so then the father decides, let me ban her to France under another court, exile her from everything so she can get proper training, because clearly she doesn't know her place in society. She needs to be well trained. So take her to France. France will educate her in the ways of a proper courtier. Mofos. So they do that to her. And now they want to bring her sister in the picture, because her sister's a little more softer, more meek, more, definitely not in any way willing to challenge. She would never try. She wouldn't even try to shine. Is who she was. She wouldn't have tried to shine. She didn't feel even that she was worthy of being in his presence. She was afraid of him in some ways. And that's what that king, when she was sent to care for him from his fall, he needed to be taken care of. So she takes care of him, but out of fear, out of the sheer respect, and out of duty and obligation. And she's she's going to submit and please him. And yes, sir. Yes, my lord. Yes, my king. She's very obedient to him out of fear, I would never challenge you. I fear for my life with you, because that's just who she was. But the king loved that about her. Oh, he sure did. He loved that about her, because he knew he could trust her. He knew he could see that she would never challenge him, or that she would never go against his wishes. So he fell deeply in love with her, because he thought that, this is it. It healed his ego. That she truly was, that she truly did see him like a god, because she didn't think she was anybody anyway, kind of thing. Like who am I to say anything? Like, of course you are. Like, my life is in your hands, sire. And so when Anne Boleyn gets back, that was Mary Boleyn, but when Anne comes back from France, having learned new tricks from the court, more advanced court, and all that stuff, she comes back even more stoic, even more, what's the word? She comes back more strategic. She comes back with an understanding, like, oh, okay. Oh, I was supposed to know how to play this game. I was supposed to know how to cater to a man's ego by making mine smaller. It's a matter of, I know my ego, or I know how to see myself the way others see me now. I'm not defined by who they see me as, but I know how to use it to my advantage. And so she learned how to play the game. But still, and at the end of it all, she played a hacked game, because the game was always going to be in the favor of the king. The king could, doesn't, if the king doesn't win in that game, he'll win by force. Off with her head. I'm done with you. Even if you win, you can't win with with that king, because that king doesn't have integrity. So I'm talking about this past life energy. It could be past relationships for all you know, but what feels like a lifetime ago, where you were set up by men that didn't have your best interests, that were using you as a pawn in a game, in a scheme that could have led to off with your head kind of energy, and suppression of expression, suppression of speaking your truth, having to pretend to be smaller, not to offend the powers that be, and learning how to play in those games, and realizing that those games are never meant for you to win when it's a man's world kind of energy. So that was then. This is now. So what is now? So what is now is we have appreciation for this Emperor energy, because maybe this is a new man, the new energy coming through, the new inspired emperor that brings joy, that brings happiness, that brings peace, that brings success in love, in family, in this is like it's like away with the old traditions and building a new like a new legacy. It's the legacy of family, the legacy of the real emperor. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of backstabbing and betrayal from I heard from the church, but it could be like from, society's because it's like, I feel like there was a lot of love being offered, like new inspiration, new, it's like bringing a new kind of love into the world, and the old order not accepting it, and judgment had to be called for those that didn't invest in that, those that didn't appreciate that, those that didn't see the truth of that, those that didn't make amends to, you know what I mean, like that were unjustly like it's giving the vibe of like everybody knows the king, that the king was wrong, right? Whenever he would, it's like he blamed it's like he would just come up with whatever he wanted to justify him killing her, even though everyone that worked with him knew that none of it was real or true, the accusations and the, like what the judgment that they were making was to justify what they wanted to do, which was to end her life so he could move on to his next relationship without the, without any kind of like, just think about it. He did away with the whole church. He recreated the church to ease or appease his own ego. So it's like, you can't just change the rules to accommodate you and think that there's no consequence to that. Because there's some standards of that those values are about, that it shouldn't just be at your benefit or like just for you. It should be for your whole court. And that kind of like you expect loyalty, but you're not loyal. You expect honesty, but you're dishonest. You expect authenticity, but you change at a whim, with no justification and no fear of consequence, because like a child with a tantrum. It's my world. I'll do whatever I want anyway, and I'll make and that's not power. That's misuse of power. So, the new king, the new legacy, the new emperor. Let's see what the new energies bring. I wonder if I should do a whole reading here. We'll see. Ooh. The tree of life. This is destiny. Some could be studying the Kabbalah. Maybe for some of you, your divine masculine could be a Kabbalist. Could be into... could also be like a... I heard like a... I don't want to say it like that, but it's like high order priest or something like that. Could be like Freemason. That could be one term used. Rosicrucians could be another term. But it's also, it's not just someone that is in, not just a secret society, someone that is also a high spiritually ranked priest. You might not see it in the physical necessarily. In the physical, you got your average Joe kind of energy. Not really average Joe, but you know what I mean? Like very low-key energy. Like, he's very private. Nobody has to know who he is in that way, except the Spirit Council knows exactly who he is. His energy precedes him. Let's see. But Spirit, I didn't have an intention when I put these cards down. So what are you telling me to do right now? It's like my body acted before I could think what I was going to try to figure out here. All right, so Spirit wants me to put the cards like this for now. What do we have here? I feel like the feminine is going through a transformation. I remember, I feel like she's grounded in her change, in her transition. I feel like she's internalizing she's pouring into herself, into her self-love. Any doubts about communicating, releasing the fears of having to hold your heart in. So, okay. Give me a second, folks. The divine feminine energy feels like it's like you're knowing your power, but you're preserving it, you're holding it in. You're keeping your gifts to yourself right now in a certain way through this transformation, okay? Like right now, you're like this, it's like you're veiled, you're protected. You're protected. Like what you've transformed into essentially is being protected. I feel like you let go of needing to control the matter in terms of like mentally, like you've let go of worry, you've let go of distrusting your own intuition, like forcing intuition, so to speak. Like you let go of expectations. And you let go of kind of like running into situations where you feel like you have to guard your heart, put on a mask, move in secret. It's like I'd rather just not engage then. If that's what I got to do to be around you, I'd rather just not. So there was a lot of needing to like protect your energy and put on a mask. Like it's like we talked about, like the strategy. Like, what was the point of Anne Boleyn coming back from the court of France with all this strategy to know exactly how to manipulate this king and to ensure that she got him exactly where she wanted him, to ensure that he chose her above all, and to ensure that he left his wife so that she could be, and to not sire her sister's baby from the king, making him call that child a bastard. It's almost like she was playing the game that was being played. It's like she learned what the rule, how to play the game in that realm. But where did it take her? Nowhere. Not able to raise her daughter, not able to build her own legacy, even if that meant doing it privately in a little cottage far away. You know, like she could have done things differently with that king. But she didn't know she was playing with that kind of, that level of unfairness. She really thought, like, eventually, if I win, I can prove my point, and you'll respect me and love me and make me your perfect queen. No, the more successful she became, the better she was at the game, the more he hated her, the more he wanted to destroy her, the more he wanted to end her reality. Why? Because he was insecure, because he was weak, because he was getting old, because he felt that the legacy he could have built, what was that? What's the word? Like he jacked it up, you know? Like he messed up. He could have created a better legacy for himself. So the divine feminine's transformation, it's like, yes, you're using those same types of strategies of protecting your energy, of holding in your gifts from the snakes that you can be surrounded by, not out of fear, not out of but it's like, oh, okay, I know how some people are still part of that old world energy, that old world mindset. It's like, once you know that they come with games, or you know that they come with certain societal expectations, and that they think that they're playing, that you're a chess piece on their board. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, I see what you're doing. I'm not going to entertain what you're trying to do here. Go do that over there if you must. Go do that over there. You go live in that old world, and you go operate out of those old ways, and you continue to play those old stories. I'm no longer in that story with you. I'm no longer in that lifetime with you. I'm no longer in that timeline with you. I don't participate in that reality. If you want some kind of puppeteer that looks like me in that realm, then go ahead, have a good old time. But I'm in this world here. In this world here, and in this world here, I'm very, very at peace. I'm very much in abundance with life. I'm very much in a world of beauty. The Palace of Coins. This is like heaven on earth. You could see that there's an owl there, a wise owl. It's like, this is a mystical world as well. Mystical in the sense that it's like, it's real, but it's a very magical existence. It's a world of, it's like the spirit world in real life, the spirit world, the magic of the spirit world existing in your physical reality every day. seeing that everything is alive, everything speaks, everything is participating. The earth is alive. And that's like you could say that that's your body, divine feminine. Everything is alive. Your senses are alive. Your presence is emanating. Your existence is solid in the sense that you have structured your dream reality in physical form. So the masculine is feeling like they had to walk away from their old. This could be some of the masculines that were in that old world, okay? Let's see. It's like they had a spiritual awakening about how impoverished they felt despite, let's assume that they were living the life in here and everything seemed great. Like they were getting all these, I'm hearing like they were getting all these benefits, or they were getting all of this like incentives while they were in, but something they communicated, something about their values changed, and then they were put out. Then they were abandoned also. Like, we don't care about you, we don't care about how you feel, we don't care about your ideas. Like, oh, you know what? You're like treating you irrelevant in some way to the masculine. But that was a spiritual awakening. The moment that somebody tried to make a masculine feel irrelevant, like useless, or you're not a part of us, it was like, wait a second, what do you mean I'm not a part of, like, you know, like that wake-up call was, wow, this group of people, there really is no soul here, there really is no spirit here, there really is no real connection here. It's all just superficial and hollow. And then spirit came through, showed you that it was like castles, fairy castles in the sky, like just mental ideas, like creating ideas, illusions, and false, fake stories. This could have been what made the masculine finally see the truth, the cold truth. Now, it could have been a Queen of Swords that brought this truth to his heart. Could be a Libra, could be a Gemini or Aquarius as well. But the thing is that this masculine has finally realized, like, I see the truth for what it is, but I don't have to scream it at the top of my lungs. It's an inner truth for this masculine. It's a balance of the mind for him in his heart somehow. So I know that sounds weird, a balance of the mind in his heart. So it's like he could bring his mind into his heart space and find the balance of that. It's almost like when his mind is in balance, he can connect to you, Divine Feminine, in a balanced way emotionally. But that's neither near or there. I've been saying that a lot lately. I never say that. That's neither here nor there. I don't say that at all. I don't know where I got that from. But hey, it's there. Or neither here or there. Okay. The masculine is coming out of hermit mode. It's coming out of isolation, but is having a challenge to manifest, like to bring out what he's wanting to build. What is this struggle? Why is it? It's like, I don't want to say it's slowed down. I feel like it's he's doing it alone, because now that he's no longer got this team supporting. It's like, it's not that he needed them, but he had a lot of support, right? And then he changed his ways, or his values changed. How he moves, or how he perceives reality has changed. And it could be the influence of you, Divine Feminine. You changed his whole mind, his whole perception of the world, his whole way of looking at things. And because of that, he wants to, it's like now, okay, he's ready to venture out on his own, because this situation is like, he could do anything. He could easily play that game and get people to do anything for him if he really wanted to. He could really pretend well if he had to play politics. But this is someone that doesn't want to play politics. This is someone that's not interested in the worldview as it was, and has opened up to a new perspective or a new worldview. And it's like, all of it just seems like meaningless or insignificant, or it cannot go the long haul. This is like a short-term win, and it's, why are we wasting our time on short-term wins when the long-term goal, is so much more valuable, or so much more worth doing. And these people want to do things by any means, so it's like they act like, because remember, it's when it's all about false power, like we said with that king, it's like, even when they lose, they can win by cheating. They can't, because that's what they do. They have the connections to steal the win in a certain way, in that reality. But once you let go, once you stop participating in it, once you let go of that world, so to speak, this masculine ended up really going deep within, really deciding what he wants to bring out, despite not having the support, the friends, the love. But the reason it's taken longer is because it is something he's doing on his own, But once it's done, once it's completed, it's like, wow, far more powerful than anything that group could do, because now there's a level of the spiritual awareness supersedes the physical power. I feel like this masculine, I feel like this masculine is very sad at this time. For that, I feel like there's a sadness about, like, I don't want to say regret, but there's like, damn, these people suck. Like disappointed, like, wow, it wasn't what, there was no victory there, because these people were not really his people. These people were not, they weren't keeping it real. He realizes that, they weren't willing to change, and now he's starting to turn the tables. It's like, no, I don't care how slowly I move, but I'm slowly moving towards something real, something timeless. And when we say timeless, it's like it stays true throughout time. That's how you know. It's like you can't deny something that is powerful because it stands the test of time. This masculine is not very happy with the way that these people operate. That's that betrayal that was under the emperor. It's like, it's very heartbreaking, because he knows that they don't see the truth, they don't speak the truth, they really are not faithful people. and justice. The justice is this destiny. The justice is that you, divine feminine, and you, divine masculine, are in union. Now, in spiritual union is balanced at this time, and it might take time to develop and see the full results in real time, like to see that shift fully in real time. But you are already seeing the changes. You are already seeing the wheels turning, so to speak. You are seeing, because the powers that once were no longer have that same sense of authority. It's like they come to intimidate in a certain way. It's like equivalent to, having guards come and knock at your door, and you're like, you're expected to be in fear and submit because, they're sent by the king, and you're like, under what? I'm sorry, what order? Like, the fact that they can't explain why they're acting the way they're acting, why they're doing what they're doing, makes it where they don't have authority. So it's like, you wanna come here under the king's authority, then respond like you were the king. Then you should know. And the fact that they can't explain it, and they're too afraid to go ask the king, why is it that we're supposed to now they're realizing, oh shit, off with my head if I fucking say something, because they're seeing the tyranny behavior of this false king. And they're realizing the true power of this emperor, this new world emperor, this new masculine energy. And it's like, damn. Damn. So that's all, folks. I'll leave it at that. I'll come back soon. Take care.